Okay. So now what I'm going to do, as you guys remembered probably, there was a sun. Did we ever show the sun path in class here in Revit? No. Okay, that's why. So yesterday in class I was laughing at like who is showing you guys Revit, but there is a sun path tool in Revit that you can turn on. So down here, sun path turn on. Um, Continue with current setting, and then disable updater, and then it will show up here. And if you go to your graphic display under lighting, in session, you can say, okay, I want to have a single day, and then it will give you the sun path, and you can move the sun around and get different shadow studies out of it. You can change the day, you can change the location of the sun, and it will affect the shadow that you have. What I want to do in Dynamo very quickly is to make a series of panels that would always try to face the sun. So let's say you have a screen on your building that is trying to capture the most amount of sun, or some of these things that we always say. So we try to orient the panels towards the sun direction. So let's see how we can do that. So under Manage, I'll go in and open Dynamo. So just make sure that you are in the architecture space, you have your something on, and now we go here and try to make that. So again, going back to the point thing, point by coordinates, getting a sequence. Okay, so this sequence goes to X and Y, and you guys know why it's not giving me a grid, it's only giving me a line. That's because it's not a cross product. I'll scroll and go in. Now what I want to do is to put a rectangle on each of these circles. Go whenever you have a question in your mind and you want to make something happen. For sure somebody else has thought about it before, so go online and search for them. There are tons of answers and tutorials online for Dynamo, but in this case I want to make rectangles on these points. The easiest way that I find to do it is to make a circle and put a polygon inside that circle, and that polygon would have only 4 edges, and that would make it for me. So I would make a circle by point and radius, but this time, because the orientation and direction of them is important for me, I would go circle by center point, radius, and normal. And you guys know what the normal of a surface is, I'm pretty sure. I would just place this in, say that's the center point. Just to be safe, I'm gonna flatten my list of points as well. There. My normal is set to a weird direction, and that's why these are facing sideways. So if I go back here, get the Z-axis and give that to the normal, now you can see they are facing up. So the normal is defining the direction of the circles. The radiuses look to be very big. They're set to 1. I just want to change them to a different value, so I would give them a number, 0.4 again, and bring that in. There is my circle. Okay, now there's a thing called polygon. Regular polygon. It gets the circle and gets the number of sides. So I give this to the circle and define the number of sides to be only 4. So giving it a number, typing in 4, putting that in. Now I've got those guys inside that. I don't want to see the circles anymore, so I would right click and turn off the preview. I can now make the radius is a bit bigger, so now you can see I've got a grid of rectangles on the surface. I would go similar to what we were doing before. I would go say surface by patch. So I would define the surface here, and now I will go thicken that surface similar to the previous example to give them a bit of a thickness. And this is a veered thickness. I would change that to a number like 0.2, give that to the thickness. Now what I've got is a grid of panels that have a thickness. Now the thing I want to do is to connect them to the direction of the sun. So right click here, put in sun setting. It gets the current sun setting from your Revit environment. Then you get the sun direction, and you get the sun direction here. So if you put in the sun setting, which is reading the current sun setting in your Revit environment, then through this widget it will get a vector out of it that is showing the direction of the sun, and we can connect that to the normal instead of the z-axis, and I can delete that. Now if I go back to here and put it on an angle there, you can see it's trying to face that sun direction that I have in Revit. To show it a bit better, I will start moving my sun around here, and you can see that these panels are changing direction towards where I'm turning my sun direction towards. So if the sun helps and moves, that would be very lovely. Okay, like that. All right. Okay. Questions?
Can you step back to that?
Sure. Here's the code.